Welcome to the Multi-Peak Showmatch Series, guys. This is a best of 5 between these two players, and spawning here in the bottom right corner of the map, getting Terran again. It's the random player from My Insanity, the purple Terran balloon.
Ugh. In the upper left, the red Zerg, it is Acer Bly.
I think this is a better opportunity for balloon on this map, honestly.
Yes, it is. I was just thinking about how it's really... Some people say, like, random is, like... But they also have a problem when it comes to tournaments, at least, about choosing maps. Because usually as, like, a Terran, as just a Terran, you say, well, that was a bad map for me. Let me choose something that's really good. But, you know, if you're random, the next map could be equally as bad for whatever race you are. Luckily for him, this is a better map for Terran.
Yeah, it's whether it's the map itself or not, merry-go-round is just a mess of a thing right now for balance. There's nothing really too imbalanced about it, but it does encourage certain play over others. And I remember when it first came out, you were talking with like your friend from Team Liquid, and we had discussed too about how tanks are going to make Terrans so good on that map. But I mean, we're just seeing Roach Hydra, we're seeing a lot of more sort of Sky Toss compositions tear through on that. King Sejong is going to be a different opportunity for Balloon, and I think the best thing about this map too is your third is so much easier to secure. I think that's going to be the bottom line.
Yeah, it is. And if Balloon goes mech again, and I don't watch a stream that often. It's always in the background, but you know, just as something in the background, I suppose. But at least at times we cast him, he goes mech.
Yeah, it's not at all like it's a bad choice. The thing is, you got to remember, he was Protoss main for when he was like on Startail, right? So he's not got that sort of 5 years of bio experience a lot of players have. And that's not to say that he's inexperienced, but it's more like mech is good, but players are reluctant to swap to it because they're so much better with the style they've been playing for 3 years. So Balloon's choice to do this isn't like, oh my god, I'm Terran, I don't know how to play, let's play mech. It's just, he's, I guess, the new age Terran is a better way to look at it.
Not to mention that everyone likes to compare mech with Protoss. It's kind of the same mindset usually. You wait until you have a very, very good army, and then you push out in a very...
Oh, yeah, it's lag. I guess it's Bly.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully it's not too bad for Bly. Just while he lags out here a little bit, guys, I want to give a big shout out and welcome to EagleSpire34. If I'm not mistaken, I think that's a resub, but if I'm confusing him with someone else, thanks for the new sub, man. Either way, EagleSpire24 or 34, Tasia clap. I hope he doesn't spike too much. We are playing on the North American server, guys. It's worth noting. It's kind of the middle grounds between Europe and Korea, which these two guys are from. So it's probably the best place we can play it out. Lord Nathanius has appeared in chat, and with that green sword next to his name, he's demanded some kappas, guys. Ruh-roh.
Tell him to get on the drinking game. He's 21, right? I always forget how young he is. Oh my god.
I'm pretty sure Nathanius is old enough to drink, Zombie Gum. Like,
Dude, no.
He's not a kid. He's never been a little kid. Although I
swear that he was only 20 like a year ago. Don't make me look like an idiot.
You just actually, you know what you sound like? It's like, yeah, actually, no, I'm not gonna go there.
Yeah, no, he's born in 1993. F you.
Okay, so is he old enough that I can't do math on stream? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, he was 21 in February.
You know what? It's the facial hair. Whatever. He's not here. Shut up. Shut up. Go away, Nathanius. You young tyke. No, I'm just kidding. But guys, we're back in action. We got the pause screen over. Big shout out to Bly, by the way, who's actually tweeting about this. Something he rarely ever does. I just want to throw that out there. But yeah, I don't know, for Balloon, like, it was a rough game one. I don't think that was something where he got necessarily demolished, but I do think he made the big mistake of trying to get aggressive too early. You kind of brought it up. There's like the Korean style of playing mech, which is he's definitely more comfortable with. I don't have anything against players who want to get aggressive and not give me a 50-hour long game with turtle style, but at the same time, you have to. It's very. We've seen so many people play so many different variations of mech. And the Korean style is really strong versus players who open Swarm Hosts, because you hit at that time before there's a lot of Swarm Hosts out. But Bly didn't go for that path, and I don't really know Bly to do Swarm Hosts just generally.
Yeah, great point.
This is what we do know him for, though. Again, we pointed out last game, he goes for earlier lings. Almost always.
He went for the early pull this game, which is odd, because he seems fine doing for the hatch last time. But lucky for him, as a Terran here, with no Reaper, it's pretty much a contain. Like, there's no way he's going to be able to finish that bunker, to put, you know, get Marines plenty enough, because he's trying to get his aliens out, of course. So, unfortunately for Balloon, he's going to be stuck on one base for a while.
Yeah, I mean, it seems odd to have these Lings out here, but you gotta consider because there's a reactor coming down, there's only one Marine of DPS. I think if Bly wanted to, he could just deal a ton of damage and not lose any Lings as long as he micros them back. I mean,
we've seen
repairs seem insignificant, but if you're repairing for 10 minutes, I mean, honestly, that's a lot of minerals.
Dude, who was it that we saw went for an early lair and was able to... Yeah, we saw that, right? He was able to contain the Terran in one base and ended up creeping on the natural, and we were like, oh my god. Dude,
yeah, I remember exactly what you're talking about. I don't remember who that was, though.
Okay, I'm not... Okay. Just as long as you knew that it happened.
Yes, I'm not making it up, guys, I swear, I promise.
Yeah, so it also sucks that balloons spawn in this location. I mean, of course, the maps are identical, mirror or whatever, but Terrans get screwed at the reactor, man.
It happens a lot of the time. Now, we do have the transfer coming over, and he will eventually claim his base, guys. And it's worth noting, like, he's still making the third CC behind this. It's not like he panics and, okay, the guy put Lings at me early, what do? I'm panicking, I don't know what to do. No, he's just playing it calm and cool, and he knows he has to buy himself a little bit of time. In the meantime, for Bly, as we see, he withdrew a lot of his Zerglings. He likes having these present on the map. He's so good at run-bys with them, and, you know, I don't know a player in StarCraft 2, honestly, at the top of my head, that does better at those sort of mid to late game 6 Baneling run-bys to the third. Bly's really good at getting SV kills when given the opportunity.
Bly's like the Ling King of Europe, I suppose, where Life is the Ling King of Korea, I guess.
In Korea, he's life, but in Europe, Bly's death. Sounded cooler in my head.
That really
I'll admit
makes
it.
sense.
Whatever. It sounded cooler in my head. All right.
Okay. I'll give you. Yeah, it probably did sound cooler in your head.
Okay, so we got the third base coming up. We got the lair on the way. Yeah, that's a shot, by the way, guys. Bad joke from Rifkin. Drinking game continues. But for Balloon, I mean, again, if he's gonna go for that mech style, he really doesn't need to be pressured to move out. The thing is, you can't exactly let a Zerg player sit back, no rush 20 minutes style, but you don't need to be forced. Like, there's no reason to go get super aggressive super early, unless Bly shows weakness to it. But again, with those Lings already having come across the map, Balloon already knows, hey, there's at least 20 Lings sort of running around the map.
Yeah. There's no reason to just do what he did last time, which seemed to be very limited scouting, you know, before the attack, so he had no idea how much Bly had, and got his army wrecked. So, you know, fix that one mistake, pull back if they have a lot of Roach Hydra, and you're already better off, including the fact that the third is allowed you to take on this map. Now the Hellions run up to the Queens, and that means Bly runs his Lings into the natural. So there are no Hellions, although more pop. Oh, the Banshee helped out too.
Yeah, the Banshee's got some pretty good deeps. Balloon, though, you know, he's not in a position where he could get a lot done still. I like the Viking he's gone for. I did this last game as well. The earlier Viking, you know, we often see it snipe the Overlords, but carrying through later on, keeping this alive is pretty important. It just barely died. I was gonna say, like, a part of what like really helped him hold against the Mutalisks last time, and it really doesn't seem like much, but it was those 3 Vikings. Yes, they got killed really quickly, but that was time to buy him to get more turrets in the main, time to get like his positioning in the Thors out. Now he doesn't really have that. If Bly had gone for like quicker Mutalisks, Balloon doesn't have anti-air, just period.
Yeah, luckily for him, Bly didn't, and showed up to Roche's. Although I'm not sure Balloon's been on top of his scouting. No, he hasn't. Charges him into Hellbats, but luckily Bly is all over that. He has Roach, he's not going to be caught with just Lings against, well, probably someone who was very, well, kind of well known for going ahead and abusing, quote-unquote, the Hellbat change.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see more players do that. Actually, I know you weren't casting this morning. XY had a really cool push, Invictus Gaming's XY, where the Hellbats transformed at like just the last second to kill like 18 plus Lings, whereas otherwise he would have completely surrounded and dead. It was actually really cool. Like the timing was just that last second possible. But oh man, Bly's coming across the map in full force, and with that Banshee having gone down across the field, Balloon's only got 1 for defense, and it will help. But this is still a lot of Roaches. 1 Banshee's gonna take forever to kill these.
Yeah. 1 bunker, not a whole lot, a bunch of Hellions. Well, they can turn into Hellbats. And I think they can still shoot over the supply depots. That might be more helpful.
Well, they're absolutely good. Hellbats do more damage than Roaches, but he doesn't, and he isn't, and this is going to hurt as the bunker goes down immediately. Balloon, like, what can he do but pull maybe a SCV? He's got tanks coming out in the main, granted, but, I mean, I just pull his back. Yeah, he should have started pulling his back. Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately. Well.
Yeah,
I suppose you'd rather
sacrifice.
Yeah, I mean, you could kind of like run around, I suppose, all day in the main, but instead chooses to lock them out, save his main production.
I like
to
the
tanks.
positioning. This tank, the fact that he put this back here, really important. It's always really, you know, you want to put up on the ledge, you want to get as much range in the roaches as possible, but all that actually does is put you in range of their fire.
Yeah, don't want that to happen. A bunch of roaches are still off chasing the USCVs, which I don't know if was intentional or not.
They're the refugees from Jerusalem! Oh, get home, guys!
Oh, right, so, right. They're after the roaches.
Oh no, every single one. Oh, that sucks. Balloon also gooping up the third with no what going on, and of course that Viking earlier picked off has no way to deal with this. Bly kind of feels just starting to get out of control, and Balloon with 2 unlucky Terran rolls here these first couple games is looking not so hot. But do keep in mind, guys, regardless of how this one goes, a best of 5 means first to 3 wins, and this is not going to be Balloon's last game by any means.
Getting down to, you know, only 1 game to lose is kind of difficult when you know that it's possibly going to roll Terran again, though.
Well, being driven back, he does get a tank for this. I gotta say, by the way, how perfect is this that we get TVZ through random to set up for the Impact versus Journey TVZ series we have following this? I gotta say, though, I mean...
This was God's gift.
Right?
Not to Balloon, but to us.
Yeah, well, sure, the viewers, but also Bly a little bit.
By the way, if I keep saying, like, God's gift, it's not because I'm super religious. I've been watching a lot of Battlestar Galactica.
Why do you feel the need to disclaim that? Like, who cares? Like, religious,
because I'm watching
religious?
so much Battlestar Galactica. I like bringing that up.
Okay, that's fair. You're intertwining the nerd aspect of it. I'll give you that. Bly gonna try and knock down the rocks here towards the back. Balloon actually should... He doesn't... That looks really weird from his vision, actually. Just like random green splashes coming out. Out of the fog,
yeah.
There we go. A couple roaches reveal themselves. He could have positioned some tanks here a little bit sooner, but it's a little too late now, I fear, and he just doesn't have a lot of units still is the problem. Where did those Banshees go?
Well, they're still around, and luckily for Balloon, the switch into the Hydras has been kind of late, so these Banshees have been able to save him in a lot of occasions.
Well, following through with what's going on for Bly, continuing with that Roach Hydra, he does have Vipers out. And I gotta be honest, this looks worse and worse for Balloon. He's started to kind of go for this more defensive playstyle. And he hasn't gone for like these really aggressive move-outs by any stretch of the imagination. But the problem with King Sejong is you're gonna have to defend both the front and the back now that that's down. He's building some depots, but honestly, build a Marine, put an SCV, hold position over here. Don't build a watchtower, or a sensor tower, I mean. He's gonna need to know if something's coming from the back end. Because the problem with siege tanks is while they're so good at defending, they take forever to reposition.
Yeah, that's where you send the barracks that you're not using over there, and unfortunately it's over to the left, so that's not super helpful.
Actually, yeah, what's it doing over in Africa over here? Jesus.
I don't know. I was thinking maybe like expecting like a muta switch to come over from over there, but I think it's just random click. This could be the last push.
Yeah, I don't know. This is going to be hard to hold. I think if Balloon had perfect tank position, he could possibly do it, but there's just not enough tanks. Blinding Cloud, when do you ever see like one Blinding Cloud per tank, right? Like this is that horrible situation that Balloon's been stuck in. If these Banshees had Cloak, there we go, maybe takes out the Overseer and holds, but the Overseer's not going out very fast. The Banshees are dying quickly.
Yeah, that Viking retargeted as well.
GG. I don't know, I think if that Overseer got picked up, I think he actually could have held that. 3 Banshees is a lot of DPS. You can't underestimate that.